Mark, pseudocode learning was fun. Can I write a program now? Sean says. Pseudocode helped us to represent the algorithms and learn few basics of programming. But to instruct a computer, we need to write program in a programming language. There are many languages available in which we can write our programs. The languages like C, C++, Java, Go, Python, and a lot of other languages. So Mark says. And Sean replies, if programming is about instructing computers, then why do we have different languages? Why not instruct it in one language? So now Mark's turn. He says, well, why do we have different types of flights? Why not just one type of flight? Different languages are created for different purposes. This involves trade-offs. For example, a large flight can carry many passengers, but also consumes a lot of fuel. Similarly, different languages have different advantages. Mark replies, so you have already learned pseudocode. Based on what you have learned, can you guess the output of the below codes? So 3 different codes given here, right? And let's look at the code 1. So they have an airline is equal to, it's a assignment, airline is equal to Air India, and luggage weight 28. Air India weight limit is 30. Emirates weight limit is 35. So let's look at the airline value is Air India. So I can straight away, if you look at the structure, selection control structure, if else, this is called a selection control structures. Loops, for, while are called as iteration control structures. So if you look at this, it is if airline equal to Air India, so the airline value is Air India, so I'm not going to look at the rest of the parts, because here airline equal to Emirates, and else we have a default something else. So since the airline value is Air India, so it comes here. If luggage weight, I'm not going to consider else if and else part, because the first condition itself true, so I'm not going to look at else if and else part here. So airline equal to Air India, so this is true if airline equal to yes, Air India, and the luggage weight is 28, but Air India weight limit is 30. If luggage weight less than or equal to Air India weight limit, which means 28 is less than or equal to 30, condition is true, then check in cleared, else remove some luggage. So here also the if part, it is a nested if within another if. So this is called as nested if. So the condition met true, so the output of this should be check in cleared. Yes, check in cleared. Let's look at the second code. Airline value is Emirates, luggage weight is 35, Air India weight limit is 30, Emirates weight limit is 35, right? And this is a different programming languages. Look at this here, we have not used any keywords before the variable name, but here we have used a keyword var before the variable name. Okay, so here the message is very clear, it is airline is Emirates. So the first if says airline equal to Air India, no, condition fails. So I'll come to the else part, else if part. Airline equal to Emirates, yes, my airline value is Emirates. So we need to check console.log, that's output statement which is being used. Here we use a print statement, here we use output console.log statement, right? I believe this is JavaScript. Yes, so if airline equal to Emirates, so this is the area we need to work on, this is the area we need to look at. If luggage weight less than or equal to Emirates weight limit, luggage weight is 35, Emirates weight limit is 35, yes, less than or equal to 35. So in that case, if this is true, the console.log will give a check in cleared. Here also the output should be check in cleared. So let's look at the third example. Variable airline string. This is Go programming language. Go is a program language which is developed by Google. Airline, so variable keyword they use, variable name, then they mention type of the variable name. So here airline value is Air India. So let's look at if airline equal to Air India, this part is true. So look at this, here we are using curly brace and all that, and the rest of two languages we have not used. So if luggage weight less than or equal to Air India weight limit, luggage weight is 25, Air India weight limit is 30, yes. So here it is check and cleared. Here also the output should be check and cleared, yes. So let's submit this, yes. So all the three are right. Then we can move on. Look at other example. Number of passengers 3, ticket number starts with 1001, 1001, ticket number for all passengers. We are going to print ticket number for all passengers. So number of passengers is 3. It is 3 is greater than 0. Yes, condition is true. If that is the case, print T, capital T, hyphen ticket number. So the ticket number is initially 1001. So T hyphen 1001. That should be the message for the first time. And second time what we do, ticket number equal to ticket number plus 1. So ticket number will become 1002. So number of passengers equal to number of passengers minus 1. So this will become, number of passengers will become 2. Then you check 2 greater than or equal to greater than 0, condition is true, it comes down. T hyphen ticket number is, now the value of ticket number is 1002. So print T hyphen 1002. Now ticket number gets increased by 1. Now ticket number becomes 1003. Number of passengers decreased, number of passengers 2 minus 1, now 1. Check the condition, 1 greater than 0, condition is true, comes down. Print T hyphen ticket number value is 1003, which printed. Comes down, ticket number gets increased, 1004. Number of passengers gets decreased, 0. 0 greater than 0, condition fail. So the loop terminates. The output should be this: T hyphen 1001, T hyphen 1002, T hyphen 1003. That should be the output. Right. Now look at this example. Luggage, airline is Air India. Luggage weight is 36. Air India weight limit is 30. So luggage weight is greater than Air India weight limit. Now let's look at this. So if airline equal to Air India, yes, airline is a Air India. If luggage weight is less than or equal to Air India weight limit, no. Then we'll have to move on to the else part. Extra luggage is equal to 300 into luggage weight minus Air India weight limit. So luggage weight is 36. Air India weight limit is 30. So 36 luggage weight 36 minus 30 becomes 6. 6 into 300, 1800. So you will get a message. Extra luggage charge is rupees. So 1800 should be the yes. This is the output for this. Look at the third piece of code. Package count is 135. Number of package picked 0. Count 0. So count is 0. Count less than 100, less than 10, count plus this. Number of package picked 10. First time number of package picked is 10. Package count is equal to package count minus number of package picked. So count is a variable which we use it for the for loop. Number of package picked, initially it is 0. Package count is 135. So what happens here, this loop will be executed 10 times. Count equal to 0, count less than 10, count plus this. Count plus this will increment the counter value 1 by 1. So 0 less than 10, condition is true, comes down. Number of package picked 10. Package count is equal to package count is minus number of package picked. So it was 135. 135 minus 10 will become 120. Now go up, count value get increased, count value will become 1. 1 less than 10, condition is true. Number of package picked is 10. So what will happen? Package count is 125. 125 minus 10, 115. Count becomes 2. Counting gets incremented. 2 less than 10, yes, condition is true, and comes down. Number of package picked is 10. Package count 125. minus 10, 115. 115 minus 10, 110. Sorry, 105. Then again 105 minus 10, 95. 95 minus 10, 85. 85 minus 10, 75. 75 minus 10, 65. 65 minus 10, 55. 55 minus 10, 45. 45 minus 10, 35. So this will execute it 10 times. So remaining package should be 35. So remaining package 35. Let's check the answer. Yes, all the three answers are right. Yes, I hope this helps you a bit to understand iterations and different programming languages. Yes, so if you are able to understand programs written in 3 different languages, the programs that's really great. The programs were written in Python, JavaScript and Go, as I said before. We'll be learning programming using all the 3. We may not focus much on JavaScript and Go, but we'll focus more on Python. So look at this type of execution. It is interpreted, line by line executed. So interpretation is different from compilation. I'll tell you the difference. If there are 10 lines in the code, if you're going to use interpreter, imagine there is an error in the 9th line. So interpreter will execute up to 8th line successfully. You will not face any problem. It will show the output of the 8 lines without any mistakes. When it comes to compilation, there should be no error in the program. In all the 10 lines, there should be no error in the program. Only then it will be successfully compiled, right? Otherwise, it doesn't work. Interpretation does line by line execution, will give you the output till 8th line and tell you there is an error with the 9th line. There's a difference between compilation and interpretation. So websites that use Python are Yahoo Groups, Nokia, CIA, and JavaScript is being used by Facebook, Twitter and many more. Go programming language is used by Dropbox, New York Times. Right. Let's start with the data types. A program may have data belonging to different types. Common data types used in programming are numeric with a decimal point, alphanumeric, boolean. When it comes to numeric, you will have integer and long. Numeric with a decimal point will have float, double. Alphanumeric will have character and string. Boolean will have boolean. So integer gives you complete number 1, 2, 3. Long, which are such a big numbers, we can have it in long data type. Float comes with a decimal, again double, extra decimals. Character, just one letter, A, B, C or X, A, anything, only one character it can store. And string, group of characters. Boolean always gives us true, false. If you look at the previous examples, the conditional statements, it gives us true, false. If airline equal to India, it gives us true or false. So it basically it returns this if condition, all these returns. Even if you look at the while, right? For loop, count less than 10, 1 less than 10, 0 less than 10. It gives us true or false, right? And and that's about data types. So if you look at different languages, what are the keywords being used for different data types? Numeric, and when it comes to Python, int, long, complex. These are 3 keywords we use to define these data types, variable of different data types. JavaScript, one common for all numeric, it is number. In Go language, int, that's a keyword we use. Numeric with the decimal point, we use a float in Python. Here again we use a number in JavaScript. Go language, we use a float 32. Alphanumeric, we use a string and small lowercase. Yes, starts with lowercase and the rest of the language is uppercase. Boolean, it's a boolean lowercase. Here in the Go language, it's bool. Mark, I just saw a lot of packages getting loaded to a cargo flight. How do they ensure that the packages of different companies do not get mixed up? Here the boxes are without any labels, making it difficult to identify the content. It is like data without a variable name. And Mark says, simple, they label the packages with their company logo. This is similar to having variable names for data in programming languages. Remember, we discussed variables in pseudocode. Here the boxes have label which helps to identify the company it belongs to. So slip code or a Rio code, something like that, it has got a label. So they're connecting labels with variable names, identifiers. Variables is also known as identifiers. Let's have a look at the Python program to display the number of landings and takeoffs in an airport. So number of landings, it's a variable, is assigned with 356. Number of takeoffs is a variable assigned with 246. Number of landings, or simply you put it in the number of landings double quotes, a comma, number of landings. This is a variable name. So this is one good thing you learn in InfyTQ is naming convention. You should definitely follow this naming convention because it helps you to understand how to name a variable. Number of takeoffs, it is just this is the message which you have given within a double quotes. It will be printed, and after comma, after separator, right after comma, it will take the value from here. It is a variable, the variable's value will be substituted and the results gets printed. Yes, number of landings 356, number of takeoffs 244. I want you to visualize this. Please look at this. Visualize is very, very important. It will show you line by line execution. So note, in Python, print can be used to display output in the console. Yes, let's visualize this. So step by step, these are the 4 codes, and this arrow mark shows where the current line where the execution is currently in. So it's first line, number of landings 356. What happens here? Let's click forward. Yes, in the global frame there is a variable created named as number of landings and the value is assigned 356. So I am sure you should have predicted for the next line. Number of takeoffs, yes, number of takeoffs 245. Now we are on third line, so it is going to tell us it's going to print value. I'm sure you will get the value here. Forward, yes, number of landings 356. In the final one, number of takeoffs, click on it. Yes, the whole process ends. This is the output we get. So to go back to the previous window, click on edit code, it will bring back. Yes, let's move on. Let's see how can we associate a data type with a variable. Number equal to 100 in Python, message is equal to hello within double quotes. JavaScript, number is equal to 100, message is equal to hello. When it comes to Go, variable keyword, number int is equal to 100, variable message string is equal to hello. Why do you think data type is not mentioned in Python and JavaScript code, whereas why do you think data type is not mentioned in Python and JavaScript code, whereas in Go it is mentioned? So I'm sure they're going to talk about dynamic and static typing. Languages like Python and JavaScript are dynamically typed, whereas Go is statically typed. Dynamic typing is a technique in some languages where, depending on how a value is used, the data type of the variable is dynamically and automatically assigned. Consider the below code in Python. Number is equal to 65, so line number 1. Number is equal to a within a double quotes, line number 2. In line 1, variable number is considered to be a type of integer, but in line 2 it is reassigned to string because you mentioned in double quotes. Static typing, you will have to mention. Static typing is used in some languages where the data type has to be declared before it is used. Consider the below code in Go. Not just in Go, even in C, C++, Java, you will have to mention data type, the keyword string or integer or a character, all that you have to mention, then proceed. Yes, so I have to use a variable keyword num, then integer type. You assigned 65, then again want to rewrite, you will have to num a equal to 2, line number 2. Then finally variable name string equal to name is equal to a, line number 3. Right, here you have not mentioned the data type. If this is going to be Go, it will throw error. Here line 1 is a valid statement which declares a variable num of type int, but line 2 is invalid as we cannot assign a string value to a variable num which is already declared to be type of int. Not just that, you have not mentioned. Yes, so here we are trying to overwrite here. Num is once declared, a value is assigned. Now they're trying to rewrite with a different data type. So but num can be overwritten with another value, maybe 100 or 200. Num is equal to 100 or 200. You can try that. Once declared, multiple times you can use it. Line 3 is valid statement where name is declared as and used as a string. In Python, you can find out the data type of variable by writing type in the bracket variable name. So Python num, you can say type bracket, within a bracket put num, hit the enter, you will get the type of the variable name. Any name can be given to a variable, however, we cannot use some of the built-in keywords of the language. These keywords are known as reserved words. Some of the reserved words also known as the keywords. In Python, if, else, for, while, def, print, raise, try, except. These are some of the words which you cannot use as a variable name. And JavaScript, again, if, else, for, while, where, function, object, break, continue. So these are some of the keywords. This is not everything, this is some of the keywords. In Go, you cannot use if, else, for, where, func, import, package, main. So these are some of the keywords which you cannot use as a variable name at all. Let's consider the package is loaded in the cargo flight. What will happen if a small product is placed in a big box or a big product is placed in a small box? And this is something to do with memory allocations. If you put a small product in a big box, you may end up wasting space. Similarly, if you put a big product in a small box, you may end up damaging the product. Just like product is placed in a box, data occupies memory. Some data need more memory, whereas some other data requires less memory based on the data type. Languages like Python and JavaScript automatically create just the right memory needed, neither less nor more. Whereas in languages like Go, based on the data type mentioned during the variable declaration, appropriate memory is allocated. For example, integer, if integer is going to give you 2 bytes memory space, sometimes you may not use the 2 byte, right? For example, in Go, the maximum value one can store in int data type is 2147483647. If you try to assign a greater value, it will result in value of overflow and cause an error. And actually, they will ask us to change this 647 to 648, right? Let's just run this program. We should get the output. If you're going to try, they say if you're going to try with 8, it will throw an error, but it is not throwing an error, but it has to throw an error. When you go beyond the memory space allotted value, so it can, apart from beyond its limit, it has to throw an error. That's a limitation they are trying to talk about. So this particular integer variable num can store 10 digits of number. Let's assume 10 digits, that too with a 647 limit, last digit 647 limit. If we're going to try something beyond either 11 digit or 648 or beyond this number 647, ends with 647, if you're going to try something beyond this number, it will throw an error, right? We have seen that a variable will have a name, value, type, and it will occupy memory. Apart from these, it has 2 more dimensions, scope and lifetime. Thus, we can say that any variable will have the following 6 dimensions: name, data type, address, value, lifetime, and scope. So name helps us to identify the variable. That's the reason sometimes people will call as an identifier. Data type determines the type, memory required, and the operations that can be performed on it. Address specifies where it is stored in a memory, in the computer memory. Value, data held by the variable. Lifetime, how long it will be stored in the memory. Scope, specify where in the program it can be accessed. So if you look at the previous examples, if you visualize this, you will understand. So there's something they'll talk about, global frame, right? This talks about scope of a variable. Sometimes you will have variable within a function, within a module, within a method. So that time the scope of the variable will be limited to local frame, and this time is global frame. So this will be accessible to any part of you can access it from anywhere in the program. That's what it talks about. So scope specifies where in the program it can be accessed.